Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today, we're talking about how the delivery companies, I'm not going to point out one single one because they're all doing the same exact thing, and that is trying to make drivers accustomed to taking very low paying orders. And if you follow my channel, you know we've talked about this many of times, but today I'm going to ask you guys to do something I never ask you, and that is hopefully share this video, because I think that the number one way that we can help stop this and at least make this a survivable industry, because a lot of people have had to fall back on delivery driving as a sole way of making money. And the best way that we can solve this isn't by going on strike. I don't think going on a strike is going to work, because not everyone's going to do it, and some people have to go out and make money because they're living on a literally day-to-day basis of making enough money to get by. So I'm not going to say we should go on a strike. I know there's all this talk of don't deliver on July 31st. That's not going to work. In my opinion, it just won't work. There's way too many drivers out there, and you're not going to get enough people on board. And even then, there's still going to be, like, the people that go and deliver that day, maybe they're going to make more money or something, you know? So the best way that we as a delivery driving community can come together to basically combat the very low paying wages and delivery companies making essentially customers accustomed to getting $0 delivery pays and stuff. You know, when I order from Doordash or Postmates or something like that, I don't even think about what the delivery fee is going to be. I think in my head, I'm either too lazy right now, I'm too busy, or I'm like intoxicated and can't get my own food. So I am fine paying a driver to go get that for me. It's just programmed in my head of like, this is a luxury service and people should be paying. Like, I don't mind paying that. If someone's willing to take the risk and go get my food for me, then yeah, I'm going to. I don't even think twice about how much the delivery fee is going to be. So what I don't want this channel to become is people complaining about what DoorDash and Ubereats do and stuff, because I'm also someone who's not going to promote complaining about your situation. I think there's two people in life, and there's the people who are going to complain about the situation they're in, and they're never going to get out of it, and they're never going to get into a better position because they're too busy complaining rather than taking the bull by its horns and putting themselves into a better position. I want my channel to become something where people can actually look to and look for different ideas, and I am all about making different ways of making money. That way, if one falls through or something, you still have a backup plan, and you're not stuck with the ball in your hand, you know? So basically what delivery companies do is they take the immature drivers, the people who have not been working very long, and they try to get them to want to take as many orders as possible and keep that acceptance rate high and promote things like, for example, DoorDash promotes Top Dasher, where if you accept like 80 to 90% of the orders, or maybe 70%, I don't know what it is, because I've never even considered trying to hit that. They try to promote these little programs where, oh, you get better orders if you're in this Top Dasher program, but really you don't. And when you add it all up, if you take in a bunch of $3 orders, where in my opinion is slave labor, it is definitely slave labor if you are asking someone to go get your food for $3. Not only do they have to spend their own gas, their own wear and tear on their car, they're using they're risking their life, essentially. You know, you can get hit by a drunk driver and your life is over at any moment. There's so many risks and stuff involved, and for a delivery company to try to make it common and like get drivers used to taking a $3 order, and now it's even as low as $2.50 on DoorDash. It's just, in my opinion, criminal, because now what has happened is this used to be a really good way of making money. They were super transparent, they wouldn't hide tips from you, and it used to be $7 minimum. Now they have all these people. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. Like, I was like, wow, I can make a full-time living off of this and use this money to like fund my businesses. And I got used to it, and like now all of a sudden the pay is getting lower and lower and lower because there's so many people out there who are going to do the job. Now, when you start to have standards, there's always going to be someone else who is out there who's more desperate than you, who is not going to have the same kind of standards. And what they're going to do is they're going to take all those jobs that you're not willing to take, which in turn hurts the delivery driving industry. Now, there used to be this group called Decline Now, and they would I always said, I was like, I like the idea of the movement. It's just not going to work, and it's a little bit toxic of a mindset and group, you know? Like, in my opinion, I don't want to be the guy who is out there complaining about an opportunity that I've been given. I'm going to take highest advantage of that opportunity. And for example, like DoorDash, I'm doing so many things between orders, but there's 90% of the work, or I wouldn't say 90%, I would say probably like 70% of the drivers out there aren't watching YouTube videos and aren't educating themselves on the problems that are happening and how the delivery driving industry is basically lowering their standards more and more and more. And when you think about this, you average about 2, if you're lucky, 3 orders per hour. Now, what's the minimum wage? If you consider gas and wear and tear and stuff, you have to be making around $20 an hour for that to even be worth your time, because you're gonna be spending probably like $5 on gas or so, and then you have to really consider the wear and tear and the risk and stuff involved. And not only that, you can't have normal car insurance if you're a delivery driver. You have to pay for a little bit more higher of a premium insurance to drive, because you're basically an independent contractor driving around. You're not just a normal daily driver. So there's so many factors that come into play, and if you're not making around $20 an hour, you're making less than minimum wage, and you have to think about this, you haven't paid taxes on that money that you're getting. So you're going to, especially if you're not making investments into yourself, you're going to have to pay those taxes. So when you really break it down, you're making probably around $8 an hour, especially if you're not making at least $20 an hour, you're making not enough money to get by, in my opinion. And in my opinion, it's a little criminal what the delivery industry is doing, and they're basically just fighting over with each other of who's going to have the cheapest orders that they can make. And that's not good, because it falls back on the driver, because they know, well, people are still going to take these orders. It just might be a little bit slower, but we're going to make more profit on the end, because they're too busy worried about lining their pockets with the stock money and stuff that comes in. So the best thing that I think we can do is share videos like this, where people and hopefully other drivers can make videos like this and help spread the word about what is actually happening with the delivery driving industry. And they're getting people accustomed to driving around and like becoming full-time drivers, and then slowly lowering the wage of what people are going to get used to, because so many people are out there without jobs. A lot of people don't want to go back to a normal job now that quarantine is over. They want to be free and do things like this, where you can just drive around and work on your own time. That's why I did it, and fortunately I was able to use this as a tool to fund businesses and like other business ventures that I have. I technically have 5 businesses, 6 if you consider being a delivery driver, which is also a business. So you have to treat this as a business, and us as a community need to really come together. And this is the one time I'm going to ask you guys, please share this video with your friends and other drivers, so that way we can stop taking these low-paying orders. Because the more people understand that the Top Dasher thing is a scam and taking these low-paying orders just to have a high acceptance rate, I see all the time in my comment section, wow, I didn't realize that acceptance rate doesn't even matter. Because they kind of like, when you deny an order, they'll be like, your acceptance rate is going to go down to this percent. And when I have like a 5 to 8% acceptance rate, I deny the shit out of all these crappy orders that come in. So again, I don't want to complain, and like this, I want people to look. The whole point of my channel is to help people open up their lens and see more opportunities and ways of making money while being a delivery driver. I'm not saying like we should all complain about this, but I think we need to spread the word to as many new drivers as possible, and hopefully to as many customers as possible. Like, hey, if you're ordering DoorDash, you better freaking tip, man. That is not cool if you're not tipping. And if you think someone who's risking their life and getting your food for you isn't worth tipping, then you're just a straight up scumbag, in my opinion. So hopefully you guys can spread this video and share the message, because we really need to like get people more accustomed to tipping, because we're basically working off of tips. We're not making enough money off of DoorDash. We're basically waiters, except there's more involved in going to get someone's food from a store and driving than just walking to the back of a restaurant and grabbing someone's food. Okay, so anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and hopefully we can at least come together and actually like spread the word, because there's so many drivers out there. Like, this isn't for the informed drivers who are constantly watching my channel. This is for hopefully the new drivers that have not gotten the idea that acceptance rate really doesn't matter and shouldn't matter, and we should really start fighting back against like taking these crappy orders, because they're getting used to lowering the standards lower and lower. DoorDash just lowered their rate from $3 to now $2.50. Think about that. Dropping someone's order off for $2.50. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. So anyways, again though, like, don't want to be the guy to complain, but we do need to come together. Anyway, so on a positive note, if you guys haven't yet and you want to become a DoorDash driver, I do have an affiliate link down below. Just hopefully you can use this as a tool to make like more side hustle income. I think of this as a side hustle. It's not a full-time job. Again, that link is down below. Hit the DoorDash link and get signed up. Thank you guys for watching. And if you are a customer, please tip your DoorDash driver or Ubereats driver or whatever it is. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.